All right, so it's been more than 185 days since I touched down in the UK, and I'm now finally eligible to apply for my UK driver's license. So, in case you guys didn't know, and that's why you've clicked on this video, because you want to find out how you can exchange your non-British license to a British license. So, yeah, either a person who has recently moved here, a person who is thinking of coming this side and you want to start that process, or someone who has just been around for a minute and you've just never really thought about it and you said, you know what, when that time comes, I'll go search for some information and figure out how to do it. But luckily for you, I recently did mine last week. I did it via post, so you can do it either one or two ways. You can order an application form, go to the post office and get an application form, or you can do the process online. All right. It depends which country or which region or whatever you come from, where you're going to be exchange your license. It will cost, I think, slightly different. I could be wrong. All right. But I'll have a detailed article on my website where you can go and check out the exact information about, what you need to do, prices you need to pay, in order for you to get your license. So yeah, I finally did mine last week. It's been a minute. I've been a passenger princess, utilizing public transport and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I can't drive with my South African license. Okay, it's just that I'll need to have insurance. But if you have a foreign driver's license, then the insurance is gonna be a little bit more costly. So I just want to have a UK license since I am now residing here, just to make life much more easier for me. Okay, so we're gonna go through this process together. That process that I'm going through is to check your eligibility. All right, that's number one. And number two, how to order your forms if you don't want to go to the post office, or if you don't know where the post office is, or if you don't have a lot of time to go and get it done because of work or whatever other commitments. You'd just rather get the forms posted to your doorstep so you can get that process started. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get started. First things first, let me open up my browser. Okay, and I'm going to screen record just so I can show you guys the process of doing this online. All right, so first things first, you're going to go into your Google search. You're going to type in exchange non-UK driving license, and guys, it can be Safari, it can be Yahoo, it can be anything. All right, it's up to whatever browser you use. Edge, I'm just a Chrome user. So anyway, yeah, exchange your non-UK driver's license. Type that in the search bar. All right, and you're going to click on the link that has or that's the government website for the UK. All right, that's the link that you're going to click on. I've done this process before, so it says exchange a foreign driver's license. I don't know if it's going to bring up the same thing, but the link should look or be something similar to this. All right, so I've done this before, so I'm just going to jog through it with all the selections I've already checked, just to make it a little bit more faster. All right, so you click on the link. First thing it's going to ask you, or the first thing it's going to tell you, is that you want to exchange a foreign driver's license. It's going to say that you can use this tool to change your non-British driver's license to a British driver's license. So we're going to click on start now. All right, it's going to ask you, are you a resident of Great Britain? So in order for you to be a resident, or in order for you to qualify as a resident of Great Britain, you have to stay more than 185 days in a calendar year in the country. All right, so more than 185 days in a calendar year. So that's between January and December. So if you come late during the year, from probably what, August, July, probably somewhere there, I'm not sure if the days are going to bleed into the following year, or they're going to reset the days. So that's probably something that I'll do more research on before I post my article online, and then all that information will be out there and detailed for you. But anyway, so I'm going to click yes. I'm going to click next step. It says, what type of license do you have? So obviously this is the one that you acquired from the country that you got it from. Okay, so I'm coming from South Africa. I've got a code 8 driver's license. I don't know if it's still code 8. I think when I left it was code 8. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I've got a code 8 driver's license. All right, so that allows me to drive a car or a motorcycle. All right, code 10, if you're coming from South Africa, will allow you to drive a lorry, bus, or minibus. Now, obviously, this information has to be accurate, because you need to get the correct forms, or you need to go through the correct process. So don't, put something that you don't have. You don't want to get into sticky situations. Anyway, motorcycle, that. All right, so it says, where did you pass your test? Now, obviously, these are the designated countries and regions in which which Britain recognizes. They recognize these driver's license. So if you come from these areas, they'll recognize those driver's license. Now, remember, these countries that they're mentioning or that you can see on this screen, if you're coming from any of these countries, you are allowed to drive in the country with your driver's license for up to 12 months. And then afterwards, you'll need to exchange your driver's license. So, yeah, so this is my option here, designated country or territory. That's where my section is going to be. So I click next, and then it asks you from which country. So these are the listed countries. All right. So South Africa is there. So I click on South Africa and I click next step. And then here it says you can continue to drive in the UK without exchange your license for 12 months after becoming a resident. So it's just giving you a heads up just in case maybe you start this process before, you know, or just slightly afterwards, just to let you know that look, you still got time. You don't need to panic. You can still drive. But just know that after 12 months, then you're gonna need to do what is necessary. So yeah, so moving from there, you want to click on order form. All right, it's called the D1 form. That's the form that you want to order. You'll click on that and you'll click on start now, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. All right, you can read all this information if you want. I don't want to read it. It's going to take too much time, but you're going to go all the way to the bottom and you're going to click on D1. Alternatively, you can get the D1 form from a post office. You're going to click on that so you can order your form. All right, so once you click on that, you're going to click continue. And now remember, guys, my process is the process coming from one of those designated countries. So if you're coming from any other region, it could be different. It could be. So I'm just giving you a note that this is from my region, for the designated countries. So I'm assuming that everyone's process, if they click that option, would look the same. Okay. So anyway, so here you're going to put your name. All right. You're going to click continue. You're gonna put your address. I've blanked it out because I don't want y'all to know where I live. Safety reasons. Continue. And of course, you're just gonna click your most accurate, address from your postal code. And then once you click that, you're gonna confirm, and then it's gonna give you a message notifying you that you're gonna receive the forms within, I think it's 7 to 10 days. I can't really remember. So that's basically the process of getting your forms. Now, I was fortunate enough that when I went to the post office, I found a fellow African, and she just happened to have a spare set of forms, which she gave to me. And then I filled in the application form, went last week, handed it in, paid my fee. I think it was £43. And then I think I paid 15 for postage. All right. Send my forms, and now I'm basically in that waiting process. It should take about 3 weeks to get done. Now, quick note, when you get your application, you're going to get a leaflet booklet that looks something like this. And this is basically going to be your guide in terms of filling in the application form. Now, if any of you guys are coming from South Africa, where I come from, you know that form is, I don't want to say complicated, but it's long. You know what I mean? It's really long. And there's just so much you have to do. You have to go, okay, this is like when you're even like renewing a license, you have to like get your eye test done. You have to uh, get like photocopies and get them certified. And um, what else do you need to do? Like, there's just so much that you need to do just to even renew your driver's license. So, thankfully, when it comes to exchanging your driver's license, it's not that complicated, right? So, the form, when you get it, it will look confusing, but trust me, if you just follow the guidebook, everything should be good. So, if you jump to page 7, all right, especially the guys who are coming from my region, it will show you right there like what you need to do on the form if you're coming from if you're coming from this region. All right, so most of the information is just going to be basic information, your what you call this, your name, surname, email address, contact details. It's going to ask you your last address that you had, or your address, your last address where you got your driver's license from. So if from South Africa, your last address before you left South Africa, right? And then to ask you for your share code. Obviously, that's with your visa, your permit, whatever you're gonna get. Your national insurance number. Yeah, yeah. I think it asks you for your national insurance number. So yeah, and I think that's all on the first page. Second page, I think it's just asking about health conditions. So you're just ticking boxes, well, more accurately, you're putting X's, and then you're gonna date it, you're gonna sign it, and that's basically it. All right. When you go to the post office, best advice is don't write the date or don't sign until you get to the post office and you start the process, just in case you do make a mistake. Um, yeah, or you just don't have time that day or something happens, whatever the case is. My advice is don't sign, don't write the date, do not put how much you've paid in the section. It's going to be like on page 2 at the bottom. Do not what you call is write anything there until you get to the post office. All right, so when you get to the post office, complete all the payments. The post man will tell you what to do, how to put the check in, etc. You just need one photo. All right, you don't need four, you just need one. On the application form, there's going to be a peel off sticker at the back of page 1, and then you have to stick your photo facing the front side so that when you close it, you can see the picture of your photo. So yeah, I actually made a mistake and stuck it the other way around. So if I make another video, means that they sent back my application and I have to start it again. So just a quick advice for you guys to not make that mistake, because yeah, I don't know, I was just being very silly in the moment and I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And then when you sign the box on your application form, just make sure that you sign inside the box, because I know someone who didn't sign the signature completely in the white box, and they sent her application back and she had to redo it again. Now, I'm not sure if you have to make the payment again. I highly doubt it. You'll probably just have to pay for postage again. But yeah, just avoid making those silly mistakes and everything should be all good. So the two things that you should make sure you get right is the signature in the box. That's number one. And number two is your photo facing the right way up. And then yeah, you get it posted off and then it will come in due time. So yeah, I just thought I'd make this video real quick for you guys who just wanted to know more about exchanging your driver's license. Like I said, you're in the process of doing it. Maybe you're thinking of relocating this side, and maybe you need your license for a job or just to get around. You want to come here, you want to buy a car, all that type of things. It's just, yeah. But anyway, guys, I know it's been a long time since I posted my first video, and yes, I did say what type of content I'm going to make, and trust and believe I am gonna make that content. I've just been seriously busy, but this should be, yeah, the first of many to come this month. I'll try at least get 2 videos out every week, still sticking to the same theme of what I did speak about. But I think for the most part, right? So I think these first videos that I'm gonna come out is gonna do a lot to do with my experiences, especially with getting my driver's license, driving laws, how to get a car. Because obviously I'm gonna start looking for a car very soon. As soon as I get my driver's license, I do want to buy my own car so I can start driving around. Um, so I'm going to take you guys through that process as well. And then all that will be tied into what exactly I said this channel is going to be all about. But anyway, guys, if you found this video very useful, please share it with someone else who you think it would benefit them, who are in the same situation as I am, looking to exchange their driver's license into a British driver's license, because that could really help them a lot. And yeah, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments below and I'll try help you out as much as possible through this process. Because like I said, I think I've done it or gone through this process at least 3 times. Now, not to say I've applied 3 times, no, but I've gone through this process with other foreign people here in the UK trying to get their driver's license. So I've been through the process quite a number of times. So I know which links to go to. I know, so you can always hit me up in the comments and I can help you. And like I said, I will have a link to my website so you can go and check out the process, step-by-step process on how to get it done. And then, yeah, but anyway, with that being said, check you guys in the next video and I am out. Peace.